Welcome back, motherfuckers. It's the Open Mic Podcast. Today, me and Jason, as always, say what's up, Jason?
What's up?
Have the very hilarious and good friend of mine, Jonathan J.J. Jones, or as I like to call him, Jones. Say what's up, JJ.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Oh, glad to have you, man. Thank you for coming out. I have to say real quick, special thanks to you for being a classy-ass dude. Brought me a bottle of tequila. I really don't drink on this podcast much. This is maybe the third time. But he brought a bottle of tequila. What am I going to do, not fucking drink it and say I'm saving it for a party?
Well, the odds are, we've done a little over a dozen episodes, and you've drank on like 3 of them. That's 25%.
Well,
25% of the time, you're a fucking drunk on this show.
I have a problem. At least I'm in development stages right now. With that being said, let's do a shot real quick. Do you have a shot? Do you want one, or are you okay?
I'm good, right here.
No pressure.
Bam.
All right.
There we
Cheers,
go.
guys.
Here's
to
us.
you,
Here's
and here's
to you.
to us.
And here's to all 3 listeners.
Good. Tequila. That's smooth, man. Don Julio.
Very
Fuck yeah.
smooth. Yeah.
How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
Man, I'd like to say that I've done it my whole life, but officially it's been about 3 years.
Right on. I have kind of like that same outlook, and I know it sounds douchey or feels douchey when I say it. Not calling you a douche, but no, I'm just kidding. But like, I remember when I was younger, and one of my friends would get in trouble or do something stupid. I would always try to think, no matter what, I would try to think of situation or things to say when my friends were in a group to try to make them all laugh. I didn't realize that like that's kind of writing bits right there, because I would like work it out in my head. I'd even like pitch it to my sister, and she'd like fuck off, get out of my room.
Yeah.
But I would always try to work on bits. But yeah, we're happy to have you. I also did want to bring up. Do you remember that contest we did?
I do, Mr. Thickness.
Mr. Thickness 2018. We did a big boy talent and beauty show, and I got robbed on that show. I have to say officially, Jorge ran the show. We had him on a few weeks ago, and fuck you for the questioning part, because I murdered that. But when they got to the question, like I did the swimsuit, went out there without a shirt on. For the talent, I played guitar instead of doing jokes because they had all comics. But what I did was I took requests, and no matter what people requested, I just played Seven Nation Army by White Stripes. I was like, oh, what do you guys want to hear? And someone's like, the solo from November Rain. I was like, oh, it's really good. And then I just played Seven Nation Army.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I just played that over and over. Somebody's like, the happy birthday song. I was like, is it your birthday?
Boom, 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 boom.
Well, first I was like, is it your birthday? They're like, no. I was like, then fuck you. And I just played that. But the thing is, like, everybody got questions like, cold pizza or hot pizza? Would you reheat spaghetti? Or stuff like that. My question was, what one thing are you going to do to change the world? I was like, what?
Yeah, you guys.
I was like, eat more pussy. I don't know what you want me to say.
You got the serious one.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you guys. It like, totally, I know it's on me because it stumped me. But at the same time, fuck you guys for that.
That's very brave. Also.
Yeah.
I actually thought I was going to get shafted on that too, because I was going to do, I guess the lip sync competition was the end, right?
Yeah.
And I was going to do Bombs Over Baghdad, or no, Hey Ya, by Outkast.
Yeah.
And the DJ played that right before I went up. He actually gave the other performer the wrong song. So I had like less than 2 minutes to come up with something else.
Yeah.
And the only thing that came to mind was the Thong song by Cisco.
That's the only other one that you know the words for in your head just regularly?
Which ended up being a great bit.
Still an excellent choice.
I forgot that song was like 14 minutes long.
He's up there sweating and throwing his belly around like a stripper.
Oh, it was awful, but so fun. That was a fun time.
Did you win?
I did end up winning Mr. Thing, because actually,
He was
funny
the
enough,
champ.
I keep the crown and the sash and the scepter in my office at work. And people, for once in a while, ask where that's from, and I tell them. I've used it as a credit in comedy.
I would.
I've used work as me being an extra, like, guy with gun number 7 on Queen of the South as a credit.
I love that.
I mean, I've been on the show like 6 times, and I've died a couple times, but I still use it as a credit. People are like, oh, I remember you. You were the guy that did this. And I always just say, yeah, that was me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for JJ?
Yeah, so question just stemmed off of actually thinking about the crown and the scepter and everything. Mm-hmm. So do you get to keep that as like in wrestling or in boxing, where they get to keep like an actual memento of a belt or a championship? Do you get to keep that, or do you have to return that if somebody else wins the next one?
Oh, wow. Well, no one's getting this. They'll have to pry it from my cold dead hands. But
they also haven't done another one, so I mean.
So actually, at this point, I've considered myself Mr. Thickness 2018, 2019, and 2020. Like at this point, I'm undefeated.
You're the incumbent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, every year that goes by, I can only assume I won for that year. I mean, what do I know? This might be once every 5 years. Like the Olympics.
We should just take it over and do another one because there was only like 9 people at the show, so it's easily socially distanceable. So, like nobody showed
And we could
up.
probably get 10 people involved.
Calm down now. Let's not oversell ourselves.
Surprisingly, I thought like the girls that were there had a really fun time.
Yeah, I got a phone number.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. It was so fun, dude. It was a lot of fun.
So you're a wrestling fan.
I grew up a wrestling fan. I was a pro wrestler for several years. I've lost.
What was your wrestling name?
Depends on what market I was in. I was Kid Dynamo. I was JJ Wild.
That JJ is just following you.
Yeah, well, you can't hide it forever. But yeah, I was. I loved it growing up, man. I kind of broke in at a weird time because.
What was the era?
Attitude Era.
Okay.
So I broke in. I started pro wrestling in 98, 99. And had a good 3 or 4 year run on the indie circuit. Did some traveling, met a lot of great people.
You always end up in Tampa with wrestling, don't you?
I had a lot of friends in Tampa. Brian Knobs, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah.
I
recognize
Piper
those names.
several times. I mean, there's a Honky Tonk Man. There's a bunch of guys that I've met through the time that were like heroes to me growing up.
Yeah.
But then at that time, TNT, Ted Turner sold WCW, and then ECW got bought by Vince McMahon, and then there's one brand.
Yeah.
And it's, to put it in perspective, if you imagine being a musician, just imagine that Columbia Records is the only label. But worse than that, because that means there's less pro wrestlers that make a living from pro wrestling than there are musicians that make a living from music, right? So it was, the talent level was unbelievable at the top. I mean, you had The Rock and Stone Cold and Hunter and all these guys that were killer, and John Cena was making his way up. And, I was new and good, and I was a high flyer, believe it or not. I was a skinny guy back then, but I don't know. I took a weird bump one time, and while I wasn't injured, I thought to myself, what if this band doesn't make it? Maybe I should go back to school, and that's what I did. I went and got an education, and now I don't know that I'd take a chair shot. My brain's
Have you ever thought of, and this is just me, if I was you and that was my name, I think I would go the John Cena route and probably go by J Unit.
So my question was leading into, and I always feel robbed if I'm ever asked, hey, who's your favorite wrestler? Because I have favorite wrestlers, I have favorite tag teams, just all kinds of favorites. Who's your favorite wrestler and who's your favorite tag team? Just out of curiosity.
Okay, so, man, that's a real tough one.
I'm glad we're talking about wrestling for a long time too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, are you guys kidding me? Mike's not a wrestling guy.
No, very much.
When I was younger, I loved wrestling, and I got sour on it. I'm old, so I came up in the Macho Man, Randy Savage, Jake the Snake, and I've met Jake the Snake. Also Hulkamania. Hair of the guy with the hair of a Chinaman and hot dog lips. Skin of a hot dog.
You still have a favorite wrestler and a favorite tag team, though.
For old school, yeah, for those old ones. And the thing that soured me on it is when I was younger, my dad, they used to wrestle downtown where that old Sears building is, right? They used to wrestle there. I never went, but my dad took both of my brothers, both of my sisters. He took his brothers.
I see where we're going here.
And even while I was alive, he never took me. And then they stopped wrestling there, and I was so mad that he just never took me.
It's a daddy issue.
He would say that he would take me, and then he would go with his brothers or not take me. And I was one of those kids that would I'm not dumb. I would fucking quiz you on. I'd be like, where were you? He'd be like, oh, we're over here. I was like, I rode my bike over there. You weren't there. I sat him down like it's Menace to Society. Even on simple things
you fucked up, right, Dad?
He'd call on the phone to ask me to spell something for him because my dad didn't know how to spell things.
Tell me where you're at first.
And then, but he would do that, he'd be at work, and I'd say, hey, on your way home, I know you're stopping for gas because I checked, I know you're low. Bring me a Reese's. And then he'd come home and say he didn't stop at the gas station, and I'd check his truck and be like, there's gas in the car. So I sat him down like Men's Society and you done fucked up, right? And then he'd beat the shit out of me and be like, okay, I want a Reese's.
So we have a long dancing around the question here for a favorite wrestler and a favorite.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, it's a more complicated question for me because I've met a lot of them. So growing up, my favorite wrestler and probably the inspiration for me to really want to do it was the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Very nice.
But when I finally got in the business,
Not Brett Michaels. I confused Brett Michaels and Shawn Michaels.
Well,
all
you
the time.
already know that actually he just named my favorite wrestler.
Yeah,
right
I
there,
know.
too. That's my favorite wrestler also. actually.
20 years of listening to you.
But I
talk
have
about that.
another one.
Of course you do.
but after I started meeting the folks, that kind of changed.
Yeah, I heard he's a dick.
And then I guess tag team, man.
Some real iconic tag teams. I feel like tag teams
Name
don't
some tag
get.
teams.
Oh, Legion of Doom. The
Who's
Rock
Legion of
Boys,
was
Bushwhackers.
the Legion of Doom was actually the Road Warriors when they were on NWA.
That's right.
Or NWO, whatever the fuck they were on, something.
You know, I have to say, New Age Outlaws, just because I had the most fun watching them. Road Dogg Jesse James and Badass Billy.
Oh,
Gunn.
yeah.
Was it the Bushwhack Brothers?
Yeah, the Bushwhackers.
Bushwhackers.
Or was
Luke-
it the
Luke
Dudley
is awesome,
Brothers?
man.
What was the other one? The two
Luke and
brothers.
Butch. The two brothers, well, there's the British Bulldogs.
I remember. I love the British Bulldogs. Wasn't there like the Dudley Brothers or something?
The
like
Dudley
that?
Boys.
Dudley
Dudley
Boys.
Boys,
Dudley Boys, the
I used to like.
Hardy-
They used to make me laugh so
Dudley
hard.
Brothers.
Dudley Boys.
Dudley
Dudley Boys,
Boys,
and there's
yeah.
Hardy Boys.
Hardy
Yeah,
Boys.
Dudley Boys was the black dude and the white dude, right?
Yeah, Devon and Bubba Ray. And ironically, Devon is like a major person that's like with creative talent now
Yeah.
with WWE, ironically. So if somebody had mentioned my favorite wrestler, which is Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, definitely. My next backup's Bret the Hitman Hart.
I love that. Okay.
I always forget
Solid.
of Bret the Hitman.
The Hart Foundation is
Yeah.
a tag team he was a part of. But my favorite tag team, here's one you may haven't heard of in a while. Demolition.
Ooh.
Axe and Smash. The
Axe
original.
and Smash, yeah.
They were always my favorite.
They were like-
nobody ever did their finishing move the same. They just had the best persona.
Like
They were
hardcore
different.
Kiss.
You know who my favorite wrestler is now? Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler.
The Ram Jam.
Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
Bro,
Sad.
that move, like...
Fucking tears in my eyes.
It's
dude.
too...
Mickey Rourke was so ugly, I couldn't stand it.
That movie's too realistic.
Yeah. No, it is. I get it. Because, like, in any entertainment, I feel like, this is my perspective, I've been watching, I'll get to that in a minute, but I've been watching stuff, but in entertainment, there's always going to be guys like Mickey Rourke's character, like Ram Jam in The Wrestler. Like in comedy, there's those telltale stories and cautionary tales of these guys who just go around headlining like C clubs and bars and doing like the shitty cruise ships. And I mean, there's good cruise ships, but there's always like, sometimes you work with some of those headliners like, as an opener, like as we are, like where we're at. And like, you can't take everybody's advice. Sometimes some of these guys give me advice, and it's the worst fucking advice I've ever heard. It's like, oh, why don't you get a tie that spins, like a little bow tie and squirts water? And I'm like, yeah, sure, it sounds great. I just had to go in one ear and out the other. But I feel like every aspect from music to comedy to wrestling to anything that's entertainment like that, where you travel around and everybody has like an end goal of trying to make it big, there's always those cautionary tales.
Always.
There's always going to be that. And that's one of my fears, is becoming one of those tales, because I'm not very funny, but I'm good at networking.
I want to become one of those tales.
I don't.
Fame is fame
scared.
no matter what degree it's.
But that's not fame right there. That's fucking tuna sandwiches in your old Nova.
I want to be that guy that's like, hey, listen here, kids. This is how you do it. You know what I mean?
Hi, kids.
I'm 37. Don't call me kid.
I've got a would you rather for you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Would you rather have a vagina? A vagina?
No,
Would you-
Virgina. It's Virgina for the rest
Yes.
of the show.
Would you rather have a vagina mouth or would you rather have a penis nose?
Well,
Oh, God.
if you have a vagina mouth, I feel like you have a vagina, so people are always trying to get it in there.
Everyone's trying to fuck your mouth.
I'm going to go penis nose.
How big is this penis
Final
nose?
answer. Penis nose, final answer. Because all of a sudden, while I may not be the most handsome man, I will be the
Oh, you're
most.
pretty handsome, dude.
I will be the best cuddlingest man in the game.
You'll be Mr. Dick Nose.
You'll always be behind me in that line, motherfucker. I'll tell you that. I've been trained to eat
The
for
line
37
starts
years.
here,
Yeah,
right?
line starts here. You could be number one in that line, but I'm head of that. But let me ask, how big is this penis nose? And do you still have a penis down here? Or do you piss and fuck
Okay.
with this
Ooh,
nose?
great
But
question.
you know what? I have a good follow-up for you.
Okay.
The penis on your nose is the same size as the penis on your cock.
I have no nose. I can't smell shit. I have no nose whatsoever.
I have a drinking problem. Like mine's hanging into my drinks all the time now. This tastes like dick.
I feel like I'd always have allergies because I'd still be rubbing tissues on my nose all the time.
I mean, you'd be jerking your nose off all the time, just wiping it so much.
Dude, that'd be so much easier to jerk off if it was just on my nose. I could literally just rub it on the pillow.
Oh God!
But so that means every time you have sex, so I'd be out of butt stuff then, because every time you have sex, you just ram your face into a butt. Nah,
Can you still smell out of it?
I mean, it still has its functionality, but it's just you happen to have a dick for a nose.
so do you get dick boogers?
I would imagine so. Yeah, I'd imagine so.
That's
Some sort of a buildup or discharge.
Oh,
yeah.
that would suck. Like a kidney, so you gotta piss a booger out. You got a hard one. You just got over a cold.
Just gotta shoot it out.
If you have a dick nose, when you get sick, you just get Tylenol condoms. Benadryl. That's what condoms
Get a
are called.
Benadryl wrap.
Benadryl drill. Ribbed for her sight.
You sneeze and it looks like you gave someone a facial. Just,
Yeah. It's a bukkake.
Bless you.
I think the consensus is pretty across the board for a dick nose. I don't want a pussy mouth.
Yeah, I don't.
I just don't want people trying to like start fucking my mouth all the time.
Exactly. That's my biggest fear
Like
now.
you're hanging out with your friends, you're like, whoa, bro, that's your cock. You have a pussy for a mouth, bro. I'm sorry.
That's my biggest fear now. I'm missing teeth, and some backwoods motherfucker might be like, he's missing some teeth. All right.
you got a pretty mouth. boy.
Yeah. You got a pretty mouth. You got a utilizing mouth. Yeah, dick nose, for sure. I don't care how big it is.
Dick nose.
Just like what girls say when they sleep with me and then they don't come back. I don't
Well,
care. how big it is.
you can always milk that too. You could be like, hey, not all dick noses are the same as dicks.
She'd be like, yeah, I know, you're just smaller than the rest.
Have you ever fell off on or off the stage while getting on stage? Like a slip or a fall or an embarrassing kind of.
I've fallen up the stage,
You fell up?
like going up the stairs,
Falling
and I
upwards.
tripped. I was really fucking high. I'm always really high, but
Yeah.
I do clumsy shit all the time. But I was walking up. It was at Hyenas in Dallas. It was just the open mic, but there was a lot of people there. But I missed the last step and like tripped and it looked like I went down on one knee really fast to propose to somebody, but I just tripped.
You don't like try to play it off like, no, it's Tim Tebow.
No, yeah, I did. I tried to play it off, and I was like, I tripped.
I fell.
Yeah, I fell over there. I'm fat.
Like my shin hurts a little.
No, I don't think I've ever done that. I'm pretty nimble. Don't let the gut fool you.
Nice.
At midnight, it all turns to dick.
Should have been a center,
dick
dude.
nose. No, I you know what? I would say that, but I was so lean and fast in high school. I was a quarterback when I played football.
So you to be agile.
Yeah.
I just-
nimbly bimbly.
The dick nose thing, I just can't stop thinking of situations. Like, how do you play football? Also, you can't hide your erection. Like, now you can tuck it upwards and fucking walk with it in your close to your belly button. You get a fucking dick nose erection no matter where you are. You could be in your car and, like, get off the phone with your girlfriend and she's like, oh, I'm wearing this, come over. and just all of a sudden, you got a boner and someone in traffic's like, oh, this fucking pervert.
Pinocchio dick
Yeah.
nose motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
But you know what? That'd be good for this, like social distancing. No one's getting close to you, I think.
I think so too.
Like out of the blue, all of a sudden you got a dick nose, and then if someone gets closer to you, like it starts raising up. You know what I'm saying? It starts getting engorged. I think.
And then you wonder,
back off.
is that because of me?
and like, what do you have down here now? I'm curious. Like, what do you have in the Kindle area?
A Kindle area.
Yeah.
I have an interesting one for you guys. If you had to spend $10,000 in a week, but you could not give anything away and you couldn't keep anything,
After the week,
1 week,
no matter what I bought.
no matter what.
Is there a limit, like, to a single purchase, or you got to spend 10,000 in a
Just
week?
10 grand in a week. If you do it all in a day or one purchase, whatever, but you can't keep it and you can't give it away.
Well,
Like you can't have a physical, like a guy, I bought this Ferrari, and for $10,000, not buying a Ferrari, but I mean, you know.
Oh, I'm buying a dope ass trip
I can't
and
buy
going flying first class, balling out like maybe Fiji first class round trip and staying at some bungalow and just everything.
Just carte blanche.
Yeah, I got a
So
week.
I can't buy shoes or anything like that?
No.
I'm taking a trip, I'm renting a Lamborghini, and I'm just going to strip clubs and fucking, I'll be done in about an hour. That's for sure. I can
Strip
spend
clubs
10
and
grand.
cocaine.
Yeah.
It's not a bad.
Because the
way to go.
cocaine's gone, evidence is gone.
But you can't give away anything, so you can't give anything at the strip clubs.
No, but I can pay them to blow me.
There you go.
That's services.
Trade off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I can burn through money so fast. I'm not even going to go there. Anyway.
I already knew yours was going to end up with strippers or coke somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
I mean, it's 10 grand. I can't keep anything. But the thing is, you can keep herpes.
That's the gift that keeps on giving right there. Yeah.
Whoa. In this scenario, you can't keep it. You can't keep anything.
Yeah!
So you got a 1 week immunity to herpes, gluteal, and everything.
Loophole.
So I'm not stopping for condoms anywhere.
Nice.
Which, by the way, when I buy, I've been doing this weird thing to entertain myself with everything that's going on.
Oh, here we go.
There's a Shell over here by my house, a Shell gas station, and I'll go there for cigarettes sometimes. They're overpriced, but the lady in there always makes me feel awkward, and they're rude and slow. So they have a bucket of condoms. They're all Magnums, and they're 99 cents a single condom. So every time I go in there, I buy anywhere from 3 to 10 condoms at once, just because. I'm just buying them. Like, I don't even need them. I mean, I masturbate with condoms, easier to clean up, and it's pre-lubed, like a lot of you guys. But I don't need Magnums, but I buy like 3 to 5 every time I go in there.
I would, to make her feel a little bit uncomfortable, I would actually make her read different things off of the box. Like, can you read? Is that?
Well, it's just a bucket, like a fucking fish bowl full of condoms. And like, since I've moved into this house, that bucket was full, and now it's on the bottom. There's probably about 11 left. I think I might go after this and go buy the rest of them. Just give me the bucket. How much for the bucket, too?
So, I'm going to go there after this, and I'll be like, oh, this is for me and my boyfriend. And then she's going to be like,
You should be like, these are the only ones he'll use. And he does.
Normally he stops in here. I just stop.
he's allergic to every other kind of condom that I use except for these.
He's recovering from the last 10 condoms. So I came up here to refill.
I have one more question.
Let's do it.
They kind of led into this. Ironic how we ended up at that stage. So, what 3 items purchased at a grocery store make a cashier extremely uncomfortable?
Lube.
Obviously, lube's going to be part
Frozen
of something.
peas. And condoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's strong. That's
Isn't
strong.
that almost like giving yourself an Alaskan pipeline, but not with...
Yeah, without
Frozen peas and
without
poop.
the Alaskan in it. Or that, and you go get a cucumber, condoms, and some sour cream.
I think you go hemorrhoid cream, a hammer, and goat milk.
I'm going to hammer that goat milk right up your ass.
And
But
then like,
you do it at lunchtime. You say, "Cool, hurry! I'm in a hurry! You gotta act like you're flustered.
yeah.
We gotta go."
This stuff's pretty thick, right?
Yeah. Light bulbs, lube, and an air filter because I actually need one.
I had a couple funny ones. I thought I was just
What?
hot dogs, baby oil, and sleep medicine.
You're a criminal. Hold on.
You're a
Hot
criminal.
dogs. Hot dogs. What was the rest?
Baby oil
Baby oil.
and sleep meds.
And sleep meds.
Yeah.
You're going to knock her out with the wieners and shove them in her holes after that? Or
With
what?
the baby oil, let it go in faster.
At least you gave her the courtesy.
Oh, I was thinking about marinating the hot dogs in oil, but you know.
Yeah, I had another one too.
Oh, they'll be marinated by the time he's done.
How about rubber gloves, douche, and hot sauce?
Sounds like revenge.
And then you just stare them in the eye the whole time, like,
And on your phone, you play the big payback the whole time that James around.
maybe do a big splashy sneeze on the new sneeze guards just to
Yeah.
leave it there with them after you leave.
Doing no blinking, just eye contact.
Just the whole time.
Just hold it with them.
Doesn't matter if you start getting a tear or anything, just let it go.
You have to
eyes
get a
twitching.
tear without blinking.
I had one more too. It was diapers, cucumbers, and lube.
You need the diapers after the cucumbers and lube, I guess.
No, the diapers to hold the cucumber in after you have it lubed.
What are you, Mormon? He's docking up like Star Trek Space Station over here.
Oh, gee.
Last regular streaming question. What are you watching? I'm looking for something new all the time.
Man, so
No Tiger King.
We're over the Macarena of shows.
just started Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites. What's that?
So I don't know if you guys are Rick and Morty guys.
I try to get into it, but
I
the
get it,
fans.
man.
I have a hacked Fire Stick and I watch 24/7 Rick and Morty, just popping it on.
I love it. So the guy that does Harmon, it's a Hulu original that he did.
That's right. I remember that.
And the premise is like it's a crash landed alien family, like that hates Earth and trying to figure out how to survive here. So it's cool. They mix in like some high level racism shit, but also has that very smart writing.
High level racism's good, but I really prefer low level racism.
Yeah, well, that's just on the nose.
Well, you're just stooping to your own.
I
level.
just finished. I just finished the show Black AF on Netflix.
Is that good? Because I saw the preview and I put it on my list, but I haven't watched it yet.
So what got me is I saw a clip of it where
That's Rashida Jones, right?
Rashida Jones.
Yes.
So it's about the guy, and it is the guy who wrote Blackish, Mixes, all this kind of But he's also done movies and other TV shows and stuff. So he's a very successful comedic writer and did several shows and won a ton of awards. And it's kind of a gloves off Blackish. Like it tackles some family issues and some just kind of social issues pretty well. And it's not like political heavy handed, but it's fucking funny, dude.
Are they 30-minute episodes or hour?
Yeah,
they're 30 minutes.
It's like 30
Okay,
minutes.
so I'm a little bit more inclined to check.
Easier
it
to
out.
chew. I can do that.
Yeah,
Nice.
for sure. And then like I'm like you, like Rick and Morty or Key and Peele or I Think You Should Leave.
I fucking love that.
Oh my God!
You watched it, right? Yeah.
Can we not talk about? I think
I fucking
love that show.
I fucking, and then they switch your toilet with a little joke hole.
Has this ever happened to you? Oh my God!
You're not part of the Turbo team. Don't yell.
Oh my God! We just became best friends.
I like where he's like
Magnificent, dude.
No,
I
the
fucking
door.
love
I think it opens the other way. He's like, no, it opens both ways. I was here the other day.
Oh, I was here yesterday. It opens both ways in the slobber.
Bust the whole frame off the door.
Or the babies. Fuck you, Bart Harley Jarvis.
I'm telling you,
Glenn.
Glenn, you had a big mud pie.
yeah. So get the fuck off me. He's like, fine. He's like, it's the Oakley House on Kenmore.
The one you can see the KFC right through the front window. I like at the end of that where he goes, by the way, when I got here, your wife kissed me on the cheek, and look at you now.
Oh my God, that show changed my life.
Hilarious, dude.
Oh, that show's amazing.
That's the guy that was, he used to, do you know the backstory of the guy who wrote it and the main character?
He used to be on SNL, right?
He used to write for SNL, but they didn't use a lot of his skits because they were just too far out there and weird. But he also wrote a lot of the really classic funny ones. And when they fired him, Lorne Michaels said, "I think you should leave," and that's why he named the show that. But what it said is like the video and stuff I watched on it said that he wasn't like kicking him out. He's like, "You're gonna go on to do better things, but like your time here is done."
Like right now, I just think you should.
He's like, "But I think you should leave," and so he named the show that, and he uses some of those people that he worked with. And that show's fucking hilarious.
Dude,
Highly
that show's
recommend.
they're on season. They're working on season 2.
I know. I can't wait for season 2 to come out. I can't wait.
Watch party.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
You Mexican or what?
I'm whatever you want me to be, host.
Got the skin, right?
You know what?
Just the weed and the coconut.
I'm white on the outside, but I'm brown on the inside.
Reverse Oreo, more
To the
cream.
bone.
I like it that way.
No, that's from Blood In, Blood Out. That's my.
Dude,
Inside
I
Out,
watched
too.
Blood In, Blood Out every day for like 3 years straight with my friend when I was like 14 or
You remember
15.
Magic?
And yeah.
That was like
dude,
you guys had the video cassette, the VCR
yeah, the
movie.
3 hour.
Black Rooster.
Yeah. El Gallo Negro, 13 KOs. I can recite that whole movie.
Dude.
Dude, the best line, Bluey Cano line band. Big deal going down tomorrow.
Okay.
I was Miklo growing up. I
love
literally
it.
was, all my family was Mexican, and I was the little white kid that talked to the cops for them.
Oh, but I'll see you in hell with Big Al.
Yeah, see the hell with Big Al, motherfucker. I like when they're in line and they're getting the Jellos, and he's like, "Give him a greening." No, now they're greening. I don't know why. That kills me every time.
Dude, that's such a great movie.
So many.
I'm so glad that you know that. So I'm actually not Mexican. I'm actually multi-ethnic, but majority white and black. I grew up my whole life thinking I was an Indian. Like, I was told my whole life that I was like, American Indian, Apache, all this kind of stuff. From my mother's side, her dad, right?
Yeah.
I got into the, I did a spit test, 23andMe, or whatever the fuck it was, and coming back, I'm the other kind of Middle East. Like, I'm not.
You're red dot, not in.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
feather.
I'm call center,
Other
not
kind
casino.
of. Yeah, the other kind of Indian.
Well,
it's
Middle
less
East-
racist to call them Indians than Native Americans. I feel like, just me. I study racism.
So it's funny. So I got a little bit of that in there, some Middle Eastern or Indian or whatever, and African and Italian and.
So did you bring
Irish.
that beer from your store?
No, actually, I'm
Thank you. Come again.
funny, but we do IT.
He's doing a Simpsons reference. It's not racist.
It's not.
Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, the poo.
Yeah.
Going out for him.
Namahasa Pimalan.
But no, yeah, nicely done.
Wow.
So I'm not Mexican. But I grew up in a barrio. So when I was little, my parents were divorced, and where my family's from in Stockton, California, there's it's a heavily Hispanic area.
That's the San Joaquin Valley.
Oh, look at this guy doing what's up.
Hey, he knows what's up, Holmes.
I lived in Lodi.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so my mom used to work.
Acid, bro.
Used to work for General Mills, that's in Lodi.
I worked at the cherry packing plant.
Okay, and so it
Packing
was
them
okay.
cherries.
All right, look at that.
Look at that.
That's right. I like talking in this accent.
You're not part of it.
I know.
So
I'm just saying stuff over. I don't care.
I grew up over there, and
Pack your own cherries, bro.
all my friends in the neighborhood, when I'd go for summer or whatever I was there, they all spoke Spanish. So I had to learn it to keep up, but I don't use it as much as I should. So I'm really good at like someone who's speaking Spanish talking to me and then responding to them in English.
Same. I grew up. My dad speaks Spanglish, and like I brought friends around my uncle's house before. I remember a few years ago, a friend went with me down there to do something, and my uncle just started talking to me, and I just started talking Spanish. But if I tried to think about it, I wouldn't be able to. I understand more than I speak, but I just did a few sentences in Spanish. I don't know why. I didn't like plan it. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna show off. It just came out. My friend's looking at me. I was like, what? He's like, you know Mexican? And I was like, well, that's the racist way to say it, but I think so. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So when were you in Lodi, man?
Yeah, this was 96, 95.
Just before flip phones came out, basically.
Wow. So
Long time ago.
man, I wonder, was Pollardville still around when you were out there?
No.
No. Okay, so it was gone. Anyway, dude, that's so crazy. What a small world.
Yeah. I actually was. I lived in Sacramento and just ended up in Lodi, just with where the road takes you. You know.
Just met you in a small world, bro.
Way
like
of the
that.
road.
Man.
Bro, you all just became best friends. Lodi, I think you should leave. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We should all just get married in a gay trio, but not fuck each other.
Oh,
That's the stuff me and you have.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's something. Speaking of the gay thing, when I go to the Shell station, let's call the callback.
I like that it's called a shell, and that's where I get my dick shells. Nice.
So I always thought it was funny.
I just thought of that.
How's it going?
I always thought it was funny if me and Mikey had a bit or a show or whatever, where like we posed as gay lovers, but like, and we were in a relationship and all this kind of stuff, but we only banged chicks. Like we weren't really like the sex part of gay. We were
Yeah.
just everything else.
Yeah.
We maybe held hands, made decisions together, like the whole thing.
Because obviously you had to keep your insurance and all that up for the
Yeah, yeah.
insurance and
But
everything.
It's
no.
a
But I
tax
think it's
breaks.
funnier if we're like we're in it. Like it's just a weird kind of caveat. Like
If we
we
like-
don't like having sex.
And like
No,
we
we
go
don't
shoe
have sex.
shopping, we hold hands or whatever.
Yeah.
But then like we go home, we're like, hey, sleep in your bed. Like,
Yeah.
like,
So you
sex now.
guys like gay culture so much that you actually are a gay couple together, all the way up until the point where you'd have to have sex.
Well, I just want to make more money.
I think it's I think it's I think it's kind of a funny take on the Three's Company, man. Like remember Mr. Roper? The only reason he allowed, the guy to live there with the two girls is because he thought he was gay. He's like, oh, that's not. It was a time where there was landlords that were like, it's not appropriate for a man to live with two women. It's not okay. Like, what's the modern day equivalent to that? And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like,
Now they don't care. They just like, can you pay the money? Like, pay me a few months in advance.
Like-
I don't care if you fuck each other in this house.
I don't
or-
care what kind of money you got. You can have gay money, blue money, green money. I don't give a shit, but I want to fucking get that money.
For us, the
Yeah.
scandal would be like, are you having sex with a girl? Does your husband know? And I'm like, yeah, we both do.
Who do you think set the camera up?
Yeah.
It's funny that you referenced the Ropers. I actually like the Ropers on Three's Company. I grew up watching that as a kid at night, and I
Yeah.
hated Mr. Furley.
Really?
So-
Hated
annoying.
Mr. Furley. I was happy when the Ropers came along.
Yeah, Furley was the worst.
Yeah.
And what was it? Who did Jeffrey Tambor? What was his character's name? It was his friend, right?
Larry.
Larry. Fucking Jeffrey.
What
Tambor.
a fucking
Yeah.
slick piece of shit.
Yeah, that's who I've modeled my life after.
No, I no doubt.
I'm definitely a Leisure Suit Larry. That's me.
God.
He's the one that the leisure suit Larry. I feel like
Yeah.
that phrase is coined.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
geez.
polyester motherfucker.
That's funny.
I love that.
Let's move on to the open mic. You're here on our first week with this new edition. We got a spin wheel here. What we're going to do on the open mic, we're changing our format. So after we're done with the spin wheel, if you have any new jokes you want to do, you're welcome to do them then. But you're going to spin this wheel. You go first.
Okay.
Whatever topic it lands on. We're all going to round table it. So if you have something or you don't have something, say pass. One of us will try to jump in, and we'll just try to go like that. But give it a good hefty, like try to grab it from the side.
Okay.
And give it a good hefty spin.
All right, this is going to be some freestyle shit. Like, I feel like I'm on the morning show for a pee and poo.
Pee and poo stories.
Okay, well, weirdly enough, I was writing a joke about this the other day, so this is fun. So how do you feel about, you ever been an adult and had to make the decision, as you got a turbulent stomach, you're laying in bed watching the show, and then you're having to roll the dice whether or not to trust a fart.
Dude.
Like you're willing to risk all your dignity, all of it, to not walk 12 feet and go ahead and drop the bomb, right? And the question here is, maybe it's a fart, maybe it's not, but there's a risk. Like, I hate going to the toilet and sitting on it, and all I hear is a big echo of a fart. Like, I sit on there, and there's nothing, and my stomach's fine. So, like, I'm lazy. I'm a lazy person. So I don't want to do that. So, I don't know. It's an idea I'm working on. Listen, don't judge me.
You're not risking that much if only your wife's going to know about it. Like, this bitch better keep her mouth shut. It makes her look bad if she's with a bed shit.
No, that's the problem. That's the problem is that I think you shit in your pants as a 40-year-old man in bed because you chose not to walk 10 feet. And there's a new shame in your eyes.
Well, they're my pants to shit in, though.
See, my thing is, I do like to sit on the toilet and hear that big fart because it makes me feel like I just asserted dominance on the house.
You like bellowed into the beaconer.
I have the loud beef. Yeah, that's my loud beef. I win. Go do the dishes, motherfucker.
I feel like I've been a victim of a rape before, a self one, and it's with a pee and poo story. It's because when you get bad toilet paper and your finger pokes right through, and it's just like, woo!
Yeah.
It's like, that's a self-rape. You're like, I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
I didn't ask
Now
you.
you got to press charges on yourself.
And you have to wash your finger really well,
the thing that sucks is you have to clean up the rapist after he rapes you.
That's right. you have to just lay there and
You
take
gotta towel him off. So let me ask you this then. So which one do you guys prefer? Pee or poo? Like now my problem is I prefer poo. And this is why.
What do you mean prefer?
Like, which
prefer
one
to
you
do
prefer
it.
to do?
Prefer to do it.
Poop. I pee like 40 times a day because I'm almost 40.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm standing there and I pull out, I'm like, I'm one of those lean peers. I'm like,
sure.
Up against some, but like I've noticed, I'm getting old, and Jason knows this. I pee too much. I'm always peeing. Sometimes late at night, if I'm drinking too much, something,
with him.
I'll
The
fucking
break the seal guy.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm totally the break the seal guy. Can you pull over every 10 minutes so I can piss?
Listen. If you're leaving from right here, you're not even to fucking downtown. He's got to fucking stop and go.
Yeah.
And then from there, you're not even out of fucking Duncanville, and he's got to go. I'm serious.
Yeah, no. Well, I know a good taco place in Duncanville, so it's a win-win. But yeah, I get so tired of peeing. Like since I'm like stuck at home, been thinking about getting like some ProstaClean or one of those things that just cleans out your prostate.
Ooh,
Or
yeah.
you shit for 6 days straight.
I think I would prefer to pee all the time instead of poop, only because I'm one of those. I have to take like 25 minutes to shit every time, and like only like 5 minutes is the business. But I'm just there on my phone.
Well, you got to check
doing
Facebook.
stuff.
You got to look at
I get
Snapchat.
stuff
Oh, you're one of those guys.
And sometimes
You're just an event guy.
Yes,
Dude,
yes.
I'm
And
in there
sometimes
watching Netflix.
Sometimes I'll even sit down and I have to take a shit, and I'm like actually doing something on the phone, and I'll just get so involved with doing it on the phone, and then I'll be there for like 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta take a shit too.
You're an event shitter.
Yeah.
And then take a shit, and
I go back and forth. It depends on what I got going on. If I'm busy, I can go in there and plop one out and clean up real quick. But normally, especially with everything that's going
Like a
on
speed
now,
plop, a speed shit?
Yeah, I just go
I'm a
in there.
speed shitter. There's no doubt about that.
But I mean, but I've had a lot of those corporate jobs too, where I'm getting paid to shit, and I'm like, I'm tired of being in the office. I'll go shit for 20 minutes, sit there and just on my phone, have a cigarette, come back and go like, oh yeah, I had shit real bad.
shitting on company time.
How do you feel about the guy that maybe rocked like the most epic piss of all time, but like he was at home alone and no one would ever know? Like maybe he was 20 feet away, just full stream, constant, or it went on for like half an hour. Like how do you like?
That's me. I always pee for half an hour.
Well, that's because you have urethral problems.
Yeah, Hank Hill. I got HHA and
Well,
a
listen,
urethra.
we're talking full stream, not like dribble out.
Dude, I haven't had full stream in
Give me
years.
some pee-pee.
I literally was thinking about this yesterday. Like, I haven't had full stream in a while unless I'm really drunk and been holding it. But do you guys get that at the end? Like, how old are you?
I'm 40.
You're
turned
40?
this year, yeah.
I'm not going to say your age unless
Same
you want to say
area.
it. Same area.
Yeah.
I'm a little under 40, but like I get the fucking ramble off at the end now, and sometimes I notice like there's more ramble off than stream, and it's really starting to get to me.
Yeah, dude. So you know about the mini tuck. That's when you're like an older guy, you got pissed, you shake it, you're like, I think I'm good. But just in case, I'm going to take the head right in the top of my underwear, so when it leaks, it's not in the front. I don't got a piss mark.
Yeah, and it's not like in the front, and it's not also against your thigh.
Yeah.
I hate that when it rubs your thigh.
The mini tuck. I call it the mini tuck.
You know, I guess everyone has their own
shake
thing because
it real
I
hard.
actually have gotten to the point that now, before I take a piss, I just go ahead and grab a little square of toilet paper, do my business, shake, give it a wipe. 'Cause
The
I
pee
don't want
bib.
my fucking underwear to fucking smell like piss.
Yeah, the pee bib. I do that too. I'll take a square too.
Taco head
Yeah,
there, right?
I
Yeah.
shake it real hard. And sometimes you can feel that little bit still in there, and you know as soon as you zip your pants up, it's gonna right in your pants.
Well, I already know
so
for a-
I dab it on.
I know for a fact. Usually I'm going to wear my underwear for about a good 16 hours. That's going to happen. You know what I mean? Just
16 days more or less.
It's like, you know,
I've seen you not shower for weeks.
Yeah, and if I piss like 4, 5, 6 times a day or something like that, I mean, yeah, there's going to be like a nice collective buildup of piss
Yeah,
stink in
those
there.
spots become an area.
Fuck that shit.
I think that's like asserting dominance on your underwear, though.
Yeah, it's like starting a subdivision in your pants.
I have to be in charge of something.
Yeah. When I'm found murdered on the side of the road, there's going to be some DNA in my shorts.
I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna spin the wheel here. I want to give that a better spin.
Yeah, let's hear it happening.
What does that say? That's the one I
Racist
didn't
but funny.
want. That's the one I didn't want. I don't have anything that's racist, but funny. I told that story about the guy at Walmart that thought I was being racist, but he was just dirty, right?
Yeah.
Should I do it again? Nobody's listening. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't care.
Well, it was when this Corona stuff.
Is that the
hit
only
hard,
racist thing that's ever happened in your life?
A lot of racist things have happened in my life.
Okay.
But I was at Walmart like right when this stuff went down, the Corona stuff, and they started shutting stuff down. And I was in line for like 45 minutes at the money thing, to like send money somewhere or whatever, or cash a check because I'm a piece of shit. And there's these two black guys in line behind me, and they're dirty as shit. You can tell they just got off work, like some construction job, which that's fine, nothing there.
Right.
But
Hard working.
they're not social distancing me. They keep getting like I can feel his breath. And that's one thing. But it gets to a point where I hear their conversation, because I'm spying on everybody at all times,
Of course.
where they're talking about how they're going to go get medicine after this and they need antibiotics. And I finally had to be like, can you back the fuck up a little bit, man? And he just gave me this look. I was like, don't fucking, it's not a racist thing. Look, there's signs everywhere. You're dirty. You're talking about needing medicine. You smell. I can feel your breath. I don't want it on me. Back the fuck up. And he kept making comments. And he's like, oh.
And so these guys were black, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, there were two black guys.
Okay.
And they were like, they started having a conversation with themselves, but so that I could hear. Where he's like, man, those watermelons look good. And I was like, they actually do look pretty good. I love a good salted watermelon. And he's like, when we're done, we should also get some fried chicken. And I was like, look, man, we could have been friends. Those are the things I like too.
What were these guys' names? Shuck and Jive or what?
I don't know. But even after that, like I get to the counter and they had like the hand sanitizer thing on the counter. And after I hand off the cash, I wanted to sanitize my hands. But the guy's like leaning right up on it and still close up on me. And I had to ask him like, excuse me, can I get to that? And I got like one squirt and I'm doing my hands. This dude looks me in the eye, makes eye contact, does like 9 squirts of the sanitizer, and he's just rubbing and staring me down and rubbing and staring me down.
Like you're gonna have a skin infection.
Yeah,
later from
and I
that,
caused.
you know.
There was a big line too. We were there for like 30 minutes. I caused a commotion. Everybody definitely.
So
thought I
you feel this was
racist.
totally tensioned from racial tensions, though, also at the same time?
Yeah. Or they
Why did I make
well,
a triangle?
Even I don't know why I did. Even at the
It's
end, I
like
just
K to me. I just.
they had like the bank line like zigzag, and I had to walk straight out. Like through the side of them, and I like literally, I was like, when I walked out, I was like, I'm not racist, everybody. They just made me uncomfortable.
Just had to
And,
announce that, just
yeah.
in case.
A couple people left the line when all it was going down too,
Yeah.
but
So-
not in front. They were all behind.
That makes me think of like 2 really funny, like different prongs. Like the first prong is one of the most profound things, and this is like a little digressing a little bit, but I'll get back to the racist stuff. One of the most profound things that anyone ever said to me, I was 18-year-old, I was a waiter at a restaurant that was a very nice restaurant, and I went to the bathroom, and I took a leak, and then I washed my hands because I was getting ready to go back to work. And a guy came in, and maybe this is a racist component, he was an older, whiter man, and he goes, "What's wrong, son? Your dick dirty?" And that stuck with me for the last 12 years. Oh, sorry, 22 years.
Fuck you, jerk off. Worry about your own cock. Right?
Well, I just was wondering why he didn't want me to wash my hands. Like maybe did he think my dick was dirty because I was black? I don't know. Anyway, the other thing is with this racist COVID thing. Have you guys seen that thing where people are saying like black people die from it more? I've seen it, but I can't imagine that a virus is racist. But how funny would it be if there was a racist fucking virus?
Well, what do you think about it? It comes from China. What do Chinese people do when the black people come in their store? Hurry up and buy.
You don't look, you buy.
Yeah. We know library, you buy magazine. I've seen them do that, dude. Dude, let me ask you this about, and I don't know if you have any racist things, but have you guys ever done this to an Asian person, called them like Chinese when they're Japanese or Japanese when they're Korean?
Pisses them off.
You ever call them the wrong kind of Asian? They get so mad.
Yeah, or if you like, look here, hung, or tongue, or something like that. And just,
Well, that is being racist.
my name's not tongue, you know.
But dude, that's
It's
the
young.
problem. No, but this is where I step my foot in it and go, okay, calm down. Let's go across the board the same. Like if you say like, hey, calm down, hung. But like if he was like, hey, chill, Tyler, or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not racist if you know what I'm saying.
I would have been amused by it.
Right?
Actually.
Like it's not racist if a Chinese guy like goes in and he's like, whatever, Karsten.
Yeah, whatever.
You know?
Hey, you hurry up and get what you need, Dylan, and go. You
And
know.
that's why I'm like, well, it doesn't matter what you are. You can't drive for shit either way.
Yeah.
It's either too fast or too slow. Are you fast or furious?
So it's a weird line. It's a weird line. I was watching. Speaking of things to stream, this is another one that's one of my favorites. Is Key and Peele.
I love that. Just rewatched all of it.
Oh, I can watch that on repeat in my house, and it's funny. I relate to it so well, just being biracial, whatever. But it's just funny. Period. But I imagine the other day I was talking to my girlfriend and my daughter, and I was like, could you imagine if two white guys did this exact same show? Right? And like as many times as they're playing totally different ethnic groups, and no one cares, and it's hilarious, and it should be. But if two white guys are doing it, they would be racist guys. And like it's a weird line. Like for me, like as a comic, as a person who's biracial, it's a weird line for me because like I don't want anyone to give me a pass on something just because of what my skin looks like.
Yeah.
That's like a weird thing. Like you say stuff that's funny. Like you guys have both said really funny, whether about Chinese or black or Mexican or whatever today. Like I don't consider either one of you guys racist at all. For me, like I know what the public perception is, though,
Yeah,
right?
sure,
like you know what I'm saying? It's a weird line.
Well, I'm actually very racist, so you were wrong.
His family hails from Kentucky.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm half white and half Mexican, and I've always been told the same like you that I was like Cherokee, which everybody in my family's just a liar. 'Cause
Sure.
My name actually hails from Spain.
Sure.
By way of Mexico, so they got a little dirty, then they came over. But the thing is, like, I don't care, being even white, and like, especially when I talk to cops or apply for a loan, I'm white. I don't care
course.
about white racism. I don't make fun of white people. I don't care when you make fun of. Well, I've been called a wetback before, and I'm like, really? Thanks, dude. Thanks for noticing I'm not just white.
Right.
I appreciate you noticed the spice. These aren't just plain French fries.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, especially with Key and Peele, and then just people I know in general that are biracial, if you look like you're not white, you get that pass to be able to be.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
same things that you get.
yeah. So you look white.
Yeah.
You have less melatonin. You have more melatonin.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that what makes you sleep?
Melanin.
melatonin. Yeah, melatonin.
Melatonin
Yeah.
makes you sleep.
Yeah, that's in my
Melanin-
CBD.
Listen, I was gonna let it slide.
Yeah.
He did not let it slide.
Okay. No, fair
Well,
enough.
because I was literally talking about CBD and melatonin earlier today. I was like,
I think it planted the seed for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
So yeah. So
I was like, should I eat more
melanin-
CBD if I want to be darker?
No, but you're absolutely right. I think it's weird because it's a perception. Just it's accomplishing the opposite thing of what we're trying to accomplish, right? Not judging someone, but like you said, me and you could tell the same joke, and we're both half breeds.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying, right? And some people would take it weird from you just because your skin's lighter than mine,
That's right.
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
super fucking
Two
weird,
different
man.
responses. Same joke.
Yep.
And that's super weird.
Yeah.
To me.
Because I've only been doing your jokes for years. Since you started.
Dude, Mikey, from the time I started, Mikey's always been super funny to me. He'll go up there and like he'll have he's machine gun. Like he has all the stuff he knows he wants to say. He'll hit jokes. He'll be like, "Fuck you guys, that's funny," or he'll be like, "All right, I didn't think that was funny, but you guys proved it." Or like
Yeah.
he's so good, and you're so
appreciate
quick,
that.
bro. You're so quick, and I appreciate the shit out of that.
Machine
Like,
Gun Mikey.
I feel like I gotta work so much harder. because there's good people like you in the market, man. Go ahead. I don't want to derail the spin.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the compliments. I still believe I stay under that belief that I'm trash and not good. But
We're
I feel
all
like
trash.
I thrive in chaos, so I need that. So like,
Yeah.
I'd rather someone right before I go up, I'll say to somebody, "Hey, you suck." They'd be like, "You got this, man." This I feel so douchey, like I'm in a skateboard movie in the '90s. Where like I've had comics come up to me, think they're doing me a favor, being like, "You got this, bro. It's all good and all this. You're gonna do great." And I'm like, "No, dude, I suck. Just tell me I suck. Like, don't get into the Christian Slater movie lines. I don't need any of that fucking pump me up bullshit.
Here's the
Fuck
thing.
you."
The reason you're good is because you're honest, and you're honest with yourself when you say you suck. I'm the same way, dude. I'm awful. And I listen to my old shit, and I'm like, God, you were the worst con.
Dude.
But you still got laughs from it.
Like, who
Supportive laughs.
who gave-
My family was there that night.
who didn't give a shit about you and let you keep doing comedy? Like that's
Yeah.
what I ask myself.
He's not bothering me anymore. Yeah.
I wonder why all these relationships are going south and everybody's stopping hanging out with me.
No, it's so good though. But that's a weird thing. That's to me that's funny, but racist. And maybe not open mic stuff, but funny but racist is that it's such a weird deal about like, and I think it's way more apparent the longer we go on because we have more and more biracial and triracial people.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully we can eradicate these problematic whites and we can all just be mixed.
These problematic pedigrees.
Yeah.
You just got put on a list.
These problematic purebreds.
So it's just more and more apparent.
And the Irish.
To me, that's funny. And the Irish.
They're so white.
why don't you?
Whoa, that's racist. Potato eating Mick.
Well, I thought I was Irish all the way up to this point. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
No,
Let's
you're Scottish.
do
No,
a
no.
shot
Actually,
real
it's
quick.
funny for you.
He's like, no, dog. I'm from the South.
No, check this
Africa.
out. I did a 23andMe also. So I actually thought this whole time, I thought my whole life growing up that I was Irish and Italian, and my last name is a very strong Italian last name. And come to find out, I'm like Ukrainian. I'm from like a branch that had an adoption that took place.
Okay.
And so come to find out, I'm not what the family was.
Russia.
And all these years that I actually was able to say potato eating Mick and all this stuff and wops and all this stuff and things like that for Italians, because I'm talking to myself, I'm like, yeah, I can say what I fucking want. I'm fucking tired of fucking wop and all this shit and everything like that.
Now he's like, Boris wants his
You're like, I want some borscht and vodka.
We eat soup.
We eat soup and vodka.
In Russia, vodka drink you.
But see, the thing is that I pridefully held on to either being a potato eating Mick or a wop or something like that, but I don't feel prideful about the borscht and the. And
It's a weird thing, right?
and the soup and
For sure, man.
You're like a self-hating Jew now.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
You're getting pretty close there.
that's
You're getting
that's
pretty
a good
close there
analogy.
now.
Look at that.
You're getting close.
You want to spin the wheel for us, Jason? Or whose turn?
Yeah, I'll give it a
I'll give it a
Give it a
whirl.
whirl.
give it a spin.
Literally.
That was dumb. Right in the middle.
Spin it
It
again.
was a racist, not funny also too, so it wasn't really a good. Yo mama.
Ah,
I was hoping we land on your mama jokes.
I knew you
Who
would.
wants to go first?
I'll do mine. Your mama's so fat she had to use a sheep as a tampon.
Your mama's so small she used a Dorito as a hang glider.
Your mama's so stupid she don't smoke blunt, she just eats them.
Your mama's teeth so yellow I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh,
On the spot here.
yeah.
Your mama's so fat she don't eat cheese, she just bathes in it.
Your mama's so po the welcome mat just says, well.
Your mama's so fat she flushed the toilet and caused global warming.
God. Your mama wears army boots? I don't.
Your mama's so fat every time they beat your whale, she shows up and has a snack. She eats the whale. She's fat.
Man, I've always been so bad at Yo Mama jokes. But I remember as a kid, they used to be like the most. That was like slapping the shit out of your face. Like it was worse to get.
Oh,
Yo
dude,
Mama
when the
than
black
punching
kids would hit me with those Yo Mama jokes, because like, Yo Mama, they hit you so hard.
Yeah.
And I was just like, ow, that hurts. I got one for you. Your mama's so stupid. No, your mama's so stupid and fat, she became a drummer because she wanted free drumsticks.
Oh no!
I think it's great. I don't care if
Your
you
mama's so
you know-
fat she jumped in the air and got stuck.
Your mom's so fat when she lays around the house, she lays around the house. You don't remember that one?
I do remember that one.
Hey, your mama's so fat you got to roll her and fly her on the wet spot.
So let's spin the wheel again.
All right, let me do the wheel.
I'm gonna do a shot. Do a shot?
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's a racist but funny. I'm going again.
We're gonna skip that one now.
Master of baiting.
Masturbation.
Master of bait. Oh, this is about masturbation or masturbating?
Yeah, masturbating.
Oh,
The master of baiting.
Oh, I was really talking
Jerking
about
off.
like setting people up to do shit. Oh, masturbating, man. So that's a weird one.
I got one. If you don't, I've had.
No, I don't really have much of a joke about it, but I was going to spur some conversation to maybe lead your joke. How weird is it that, like, as an adult, I would say probably like, not all adults, maybe like 27 and up, all of a sudden, like, masturbation, like, no one cares anymore. Like, everyone obviously does it. John's probably doing it in the stall next to me. Like, no one cares. But up to that point, and very much so, especially little boys, from like 12.
Yeah, let's bring little boys into masturbating.
From like 12 to 15, it's like the most taboo thing in the world. Like if you're like, hey man, what were you doing in there?
Nothing.
Yeah. I remember how mortified I was with it.
Like I was going to the bathroom.
I was cleaning the bathroom for 40 minutes while I looked at the Sears catalog.
I was cleaning it and it went off. I've been wanting to do this joke. So stupid.
If I could just say, piggybacking on that real
Go
quick,
ahead.
though, is that, masturbation doesn't matter as an adult until you hear it or see it from somebody else.
Well,
Unless if it's not somebody you don't want to hear or see it from,
or if you get caught.
Yeah.
But my senses heighten when I
Hey, you want
masturbate.
to come down with me?
Yes, you do get super.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was constantly masturbating, right?
Yeah.
That's how Spidey sense is.
That's why you can hear a pin drop on the other side of New York City.
What?
What?
Uncle Ben?
Nothing?
Uncle Ben.
Huh? What?
That spidey sense that was tingling was his hand on his cock the whole time.
That was his taint when he was coming.
Oh, poor Spidey.
That's what he called his jizz. I've been thinking about. I want to do a joke about this, but I feel like I know it's very revealing on my end, but
Yeah, let's just do it.
all right. So,
You talked me into it.
I'll tell all my dirtiest secrets. No, I quarantined. Girlfriend left right before it happened, so I'm masturbating a lot, like always. That's not the joke. It's just life, right? I mean, what am I gonna do all day? You know?
Well, to know Mikey B is to know he masturbates.
Yeah.
So
So
lot.
we all do, but a lot.
a lot.
But
Take how much you do and multiply it by 10.
I got some new headphones, and they're like the knockoff AirPods because I have an Android, but they work pretty good. But I use those when I masturbate with my phone. I don't like to use a laptop because the laptop always slides down my belly and hits me in the chin, or it's stuck like right here on my neck, and then the screen's too close, and now I'm just. I don't
So
like it.
you retard one of your senses that you should have. You dumbing it down, I guess. You can't hear anymore now.
I feel like you just thought that up so you could say retard.
I did. I was trying to see how to work the word in. You know what I'm saying?
I had to call you out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I use my cell phone, but like I can't like come in like 5 minutes. It takes me like 10 to 15. You know,
That's
and
weird.
my arm gets tired.
Okay, time
That
out.
means you don't
Time
know
out.
yourself very well.
Time
No,
out.
I do. I enjoy it so much.
Time
that
out.
I could.
Time out.
But I
I'm
always
calling
hold it
time
off.
out. First of all, that's special needs one of your senses. Secondly, it takes you 15 minutes to jack off. Dude, I can jack off between you two talking and be
Real
done.
fast. Get it
Dude, that's a
done.
minimum. Sometimes, just because I enjoy it, I light a candle and I get naked and enjoy myself. I'll spend 30 minutes jacking off.
Put on
I'll
some
go through
Luther
40
Vandross in the
different-
back.
Yeah, dude.
You're
I
walking
will.
around with like your hair wrapped up in a towel. and
Dude,
shit
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for it to dry by the
He's
time my hair's done.
beautifying himself. He wants to have an experience.
Treats
Yeah.
himself.
If I didn't need to see the porn, I'd put cucumbers on my eyes. I got these bags going out of control.
Me, I'm just like, oh shit, nobody's home?
He's the one guy that actually watches lovemaking porn.
Yeah, dude.
It's like they're making
Sensual.
love.
I love the chemistry that they have together.
I only watch Skinemax because it's softcore.
But anyways,
It fulfills what I'm missing.
it takes me a while. My arm gets tired of holding the phone.
Yeah.
This is
For
terrible.
fucking 15 minutes. Hell yeah. It's
But your other arm doesn't get tired of jacking for 15 minutes?
Dude, look how much bigger this arm is, dude. Yeah, no, it's been trained
Okay,
for this.
in fairness, you're right. Like
Yeah.
you're a lefty?
Yeah, I'm lefty.
Oh my God! Okay.
Dude, I jack off smarter and I am smarter.
Okay.
Anyways,
That's fair.
what I use to hold the phone is a Christmas gift I got from my nephew. You remember the gift?
Yes.
Selfie stick.
It's one of those things you put around your neck, and it's got a thing here that holds your phone, so if you're laying in bed. So I put my phone on that. But the thing is,
I hope your nephew doesn't listen to this.
no, he's not allowed to. But it's Jason's son. It's like nephew by choice, not by blood. Yeah, but I...
That's so amazing.
That's like the only thing I use that... He gave me that for Christmas. It was like a Five Below gift. That's the only thing I use it for.
So the gift my son got for you use as a sexual tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel weird, because sometimes that thought pops in my head, and I'm like, stop, don't do this. That's not even the most fucked up part, or worst part.
Wait,
What happened to the Asian go-kart that Kenzie got you?
None of
I need some help to get it out. No, I'm kidding.
Do you ever fist bump and be like, "Hey man, dope gift for Christmas, thanks. Changed my life. It changed my life."
Yeah, give me another one next year. This one's wore out.
Yeah,
Let's
I
leave
liked
someone in.
that. Like,
Yeah.
I liked that gift. Right? Get it again. I liked it.
Like, I've always wished I could dance, and not like full on like samba or mambo. Or
You just were like dancing and
like at
you
a
were
club,
inclined.
I could dance or something. So like what I've been doing lately, like at night, like after I'm done jerking it, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm still naked. I have the headphones on. Like I'll switch over to music, and I've been in a funk phase.
Yeah.
I've been dancing in front of the mirror naked and
Swinging your dick and balls around.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Why not?
when else am I going to be able to do that?
Why
you know,
not? It's
Do
your
it
dick
now.
and balls. You should have the right to do it.
I feel like I'm getting some moves down though. I really have.
no.
I feel like I'm Napoleon Dynamiting some moves like he did with Canned Heat from Jamiroquai. I've used that same song.
Would you care to
But-
show us any moves? With your
No.
clothes on?
I don't dance like that.
No. There's only one way I dance.
I think we found your closer.
But I'm still too embarrassed to dance in front of you guys until I come.
Okay.
Yeah,
Want to go rub one out real quick?
kinda. Now we're talking about.
We don't
it.
have
And then
48. We don't have 48 minutes.
Yeah,
To wait.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we're
no
trying to
shit.
cut the episode
Okay.
time down. We don't
We
have
gotta,
time.
we gotta kill an hour of air.
We'll like have like a blanket over you next time. So you can,
He's over there sweating.
Dude, I'm sweating now and I'm
And
not even
breathing
masturbating. I'm doing all that stuff now when I'm not masturbating. I put like the fan right on my face too. I got like a candle.
much
on the other side of the room.
preparation,
Dude, why
Jesus.
not? Treat yourself.
Have you ever been married?
No.
Okay, that's why.
no, here's the funny
I totally
thing.
get it.
Here's okay, I guess so. Because here's the thing: you're treat yourself and all that. None of that matters once you jizz. Once you jizz, none of that shit matters. You're like,
Yeah, but
fuck
it,
all this shit.
but it matters during, because I can go in and just jerk off and be done real quick. But like when I jack off the way I want to like that,
Yeah.
it's fucking epic. It's amazing. It's almost like I discovered something in myself. Yeah, I hope that silenced the room. 'cause that meant something.
I feel like discovering something in yourself is not the best way to describe that. But
Well, I didn't stick anything in myself. I meant like metaphorically.
Who put this here?
Yeah.
no,
I miss my Hot Wheels.
it's fine. I listen. That's blown my mind. I've got a lot of things to consider now.
I'm putting it all out there. I've been working on this last year of like in my stand up and in comedy, putting my
Some honesty.
finding a way like the honesty of like who I am and stuff like that. Like even if it's embarrassing or stupid or whatever, putting that out there. And I gotta do that in all aspects now. Like I can't just do the dick and fart jokes. I feel like even though they are dick and fart jokes, but that's what I am. I am a dick and fart joke.
It's the cousin of a dick and fart joke.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, I've just put myself out there, and like I thought of that the other day when I was doing it, and I was like, I can't tell that to people, and I was like, wait, now I have to tell that to people.
Bro, but you know what? Sometimes the most honest things are the funniest things.
So, but I'm serious. I've been dancing every night this week, and I'm getting
Do you
pretty
feel like
good.
do you feel like you like released a pressure or something just by saying that?
A little
you
bit.
feel good?
A little bit, yeah. I feel really bad too at the same time, though.
Come out of the closet.
Now you can't tell unless you
No.
cry.
No, it's comfortable in this closet. I ain't never leaving. I got fucking Doritos and Netflix.
I like it here.
Weed, porn, and also I have to ask. Do you guys ever use your laptop for porn for masturbating?
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
Cell phone, right?
Desktops
Someone's
only.
using-
Desktops only.
Desktops only. Public library.
Well, you got-
Starbucks only.
Yeah, I mean, you want to have a different access when you have the camera when you're on ChatterBait and stuff. So.
I'm a magazine guy, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'll go buy an episode of, or an issue of Jugs at a truck stop.
Flip it open, turn the
That's
pages.
what
Dude, I've done that
I
for
can't
years,
even keep a
but
straight face and say that. Like
digital age now. I can't
Yeah.
porn on my phone.
Phone.
All right, buffet of porn.
Yeah.
anything you want, and that's the sad. That's both sad and brilliant, right?
It's pushing us further. It's pushing me further and further down to where like I'm not into gay stuff, and that's fine. Like I don't care about people that are or
Sure.
whatever, but like it's so random on the internet. But sometimes you get down to a hole and you click on a video and you thought it was a lesbian and it's a she-male and another woman being fucked, and like it's like ew, but like to the point where we can have everything now. It's kind of like, well, let me just watch this for a minute.
Well, that's why I like to.
And
do
now
it.
I'm into it.
That's why I like to bookmark them. That's the golden age of technology, man. You just bookmark where you need to go. Everyone knows their phone. Like can get right into anything they need real fast. All you gotta do is pull it right up. I know where the bookmarks are. Bam, go there. Because you have to filter through some bullshit. I feel like I filter through some bullshit porn, and when I do find the stuff that I like, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let me mark that.
Let me come back to this.
Well, hold on. I learned to use the tags, and I never bookmarked it, but I use it so much that when I open a new internet page, it's the first suggestion.
That's already there.
Next videos is right there. Just click on it.
You just have to go one back from Live Jasmine just to get back to it again.
Yeah, pretty much. And the thing,
Oh my god!
you know what's really bothering me though, and like I don't want to do a joke about it because tons of comics have already done jokes about this, but the family porn. Who opened that door? Who said this is what the people
guy's
wanted?
goddamn disgusting.
Who the fuck said this is what? Like I know they're not related, but sometimes they have the same nose, and I'm like, well.
It's role playing. It's the role playing
No,
shit.
I get that.
Some people.
Who wants that? Who's had
gross.
these fantasies? My sister, one of my sisters. I'm not even into that. Not into that. Don't want to fuck my sisters. I did have some hot cousins. Don't want to fuck them or anything. But who opened that door? Who filmed the first one? And was like, yeah. Now call him your son when you blow him.
You know what?
And now people are into it.
Enough people.
Enough.
No,
That's
no.
why they did it.
No.
Enough are watching it.
It's so much. Every page you go to now all stems back down to stepdaughter and stepdad, or daddy teaches daughter a lesson.
Let me just
or
demonstrate
mom
a
and
point
son on
here.
vacation.
Can I
I'm
demonstrate
over
a point?
it. Yeah.
Don't you think women in fedoras are like super cute? Like really cute? Like chicks are kind of hot in fedoras. It's kind of neat. And they're like free spirited and like kind of.
Maybe.
Yes.
Do you
that's
more
a
so
win
not
for me.
like women in fedoras? Do you not prefer women in fedoras?
I think if I had to choose fedora or not, I'd go not.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see where a fedora has some appeal. Like I mean, if I had to commit, like gun to head, fedora, no fedora, I'm going no fedora.
Sure.
I see a girl in a fedora. I'm like, what are you, a poker player?
Right
I don't
away,
know
this
who
guy's
that-
on the fucking.
I don't like
defense when
chicks in
he sees this
fedoras.
shit. He
I
fucking
don't
hates
like
women
it.
in fedoras.
Don't like
right
it.
away, he's got the wall put up. I mean, they'll
Yeah.
even be like,
But also I can be
throwing
like-
it at him, and he's like, "You're wearing a fucking fedora, fuck you."
But also, I
No,
can
I
be
mean, they're
like,
throwing it at me. I'm not stupid. I might be dumb, but I'm not
what are you
stupid.
doing with that fedora?
What are you trying to hide?
Yeah.
Whose insurance money is that?
Well, also the other thing is, like, if you ever had to explain, like you were under, like, Congress was, you had to testify before Congress about your porn. Do you think you'd be more shameful or more defensive?
In front of Congress? I think I'd be more defensive than shameful.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be on the defensive.
I'd be neither. I'd be
I'm like,
open.
no, I didn't see that shit. Just because it was on the same fucking page, nah, fuck no. No, listen, that's a main thing that has other links. Hold
Elephant
on.
butt stuff? What?
No.
Who even looks at that?
Porn's not done till they do some butt stuff. Every single porn video, they at least graze the butthole.
No.
I've been doing the research for a while now, and I haven't found very many where there's no butt stuff involved. Some of the previews were
it's
just a
getting
clip
more
of
and
the main
more rare.
video. What?
It's getting more and more rare.
Yeah, it's more rare to not have butt stuff.
Yeah, like that's the taboo.
Yeah.
Finding something no butt stuff.
Yeah.
On the note of butt stuff, when you stories on Facebook, it'll show you like a hot chick and be like, "Hey, 99 pictures of hot chicks" or something like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? I've clicked in and seen what's there, and just
Fucking
recently.
trap.
Well, they have like 99 chicks, yeah. But it's this one, she had a bikini, like it was a string bikini on. She was really white, and her butthole was really dark brown. And I was just like, I remember looking at it too. I'm like looking at all these chicks. I'm like, damn, bitch. I'm like, you need to bleach your asshole.
Jason also, when he looks on
made
Facebook,
you
turns into an old black pimp. That's why he talks like that.
Made you want to like make
Damn,
a meme
bitch.
out of her picture?
Well, I'm not gonna jerk off to you. You fucking look like you got shit in your butt.
Wish I had
But
four-
daddy need his money.
Wish I had 4 hands so I can give that ass 4 thumbs down.
Let me just zoom in on the titty side. All right, we're good there.
The
Make a
milk's gone
screenshot.
bad. That's hilarious.
That's fun.
All right.
I think, how much time, where are we at on time?
68 minutes.
Okay, let's do a true crime story and let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and move this.
A story.
Man, that went fast. I love
It
hanging
goes
with
so
you guys,
fast,
man.
And we're actually trying to keep them under an hour, but this always happens.
This is kind of an interesting story, and and I feel like you're gonna know the person that I'm pretending to think I hear. I'm channeling in my mind when I do any voices here. You might know the same who I'm thinking, but so a South Carolina manicurist, something happened to her with an alligator encounter.
Don't worry, I'll cut the cough out.
Okay, good. You really won't, though, right?
I will.
I'm attached to it.
I will, but I'll leave this part of it in.
Okay. So a manicurist in South Carolina, she insisted on going down to see this alligator in Florida. There's all these alligators just anywhere, just hanging around doing whatever.
I've heard.
But this was in South Carolina. I'm sorry, so not Florida. All through there they have alligators.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, swamps setting. So she ended up telling the people that she was hanging out with. She said, "Hey, there's alligators down there. I want to go get a better look." And all of the people were saying, "No, it's probably a bad idea. You shouldn't do that." She showed up drinking a glass of wine. I guess to whatever the situation was that they were at.
A box of wine, you mean?
Very likely.
Carolinas.
And so.
Fair.
The people were trying to tell her that recently these gators have grabbed a deer. You don't want to go down there. They're probably going to bite you. And this lady goes, "Shit, I don't look like a deer."
Is that Leanne?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Side note, Leanne chased me around one time at New Year's trying to kiss me. She licked my face and tried to give me a Yankee dime. And that's where she puts her tongue on my tongue and tries to tickle it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Strangest country woman I've ever
Her
met.
husband was at this party.
Yeah. Told us a funny story about how when he was 17, he beat up an entire police station of officers, and they decided to let him go because they were too embarrassed to admit the 17-year-old beat everybody in the station up. So they just dropped all the charges.
I've met like 8 different shitbags in my life that tried to feed me that same story of bullshit.
It's like, man, you guys all have the same story.
Yeah. I beat up a whole police force and they're too embarrassed to charge me.
Do you know Roy from the Colony? Yeah, you do? Okay. All right.
Go get on your Honda, you put a Harley sticker on, you fucking piece of shit.
So listen, they're like, hey, listen, you shouldn't go down there. It's been grabbing deers, all that. So anyway, the lady ended up going down there, looking and at the gator and trying to reach towards it.
Her name was Bambi.
That's when the predator jumped up, grabbed its jaws around her legs, and then started dragging her in the water. So the pair of people who were with her and watching this happen, they ended up grabbing a shovel. They tried to fend off the animal. Another person grabbed a rope to try to throw out to her to pull her back to the bank. Meanwhile, this lady's not screaming. She's not making a fucking sound. This is a true story. She's not making a sound. She's not saying anything. She was about waist deep in the water, and she looked back at the people, and they're like, "What are we supposed to do?" And she looked at them, and she goes, "I guess I won't do this again."
What was her name? What was her name?
Bambi, please be Bambi.
Let me go to her first name.
That was her Larry David moment. They should have cued the theme. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
Very much so. I guess I won't do it. I don't think you're going to fucking do anything again, bitch.
Guess I should have used a leaded. It was just one of those lines.
It was Cynthia Covert.
And she died?
Well, the alligator took her under the water. Her body was later discovered intact, but with severe wounds to her leg. That was the last thing she went on record as saying was, "I guess I won't do this again."
What if that was like the tagline in like a Vin Diesel movie where he jumps off a building, he's like, "Guess I won't do this again."
Yeah, I mean, that's famous last words like a motherfucker right there.
That's kind of gangster, dude. Like, I want to laugh at her.
She didn't scream.
But for her not screaming, like her going down the ship and this gator being like, even Crocodile Dundee made more noise than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like,
I'm sure Steve Irwin tried to scream underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, alligators are known for doing like a death roll. They try to pull you under. And they drown their prey.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They drown.
Yeah, they
then
spin
they'll
you
eat
around,
it.
confuse you, and then they fucking keep you underwater.
but how nasty was her pussy that he didn't even eat her?
Yeah.
They found her body intact.
He was like, "Oh, fuck this, nah, we done."
Gator don't want to clap.
Yeah.
Gator don't play no shit.
By the
Gator
way,
wants his money, bitch.
you need to watch that on Netflix if you haven't already.
Yeah.
What?
The other guys.
Oh, the other
Oh,
one.
absolutely.
Yeah. Dude, that's hilarious.
Oh my God.
What did she say before she? I don't look like no deer.
Yeah, they're saying you shouldn't go down there. They're because I can imagine she's showing up drinking her box of wine. She's like, oh, there's some gators down there.
She's drinking Miller Lite or Bud Light.
Well, they say she had wine.
PBRs.
They said they saw her drinking wine.
Oh, then
it's reported she was drinking
then it's
wine.
Arbor Mist or Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm, yeah. Yeah, because they wouldn't have said wine if it was Mad
Was
Dog.
she 16?
No, this lady was 58.
Okay, so she is retarded. And listen, I'll call her.
She's a barfly, probably like a barfly type chick. She's like, I just want to see some gators. I don't look like a damn deer.
You know, she's one of those
Stupid.
people, if she didn't get ate, but she saw a gator, she'd be down at the fucking local shithole dive bar later. Saw some gators over there at Tom's house today. Went over there, saw gators out there. Was out there drinking some wine, saw
And then
gators.
every damn time, be like that time we saw them gators when we went down there.
She turned into gator
This just
candy.
goes to show that Arbor Mist is awful. Like it permeates your body, and not even an alligator will eat you after that.
Yeah.
Which brings up I'm glad you led me into that. Thank you to our sponsors, Arbor Mist. We love strawberry kiwi. It's pretty good, and you guys should try it. Check now, arbormist.com. We don't have any sponsors. I don't even know.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. Fuck Arbor Mist. Fuck you. Unless you pay us, then we like you.
You make them bitches too stupid.
Yeah.
Apple wine up with this bitch.
This was fun, man. I'm glad you came out. I guess
Dude,
we're going
I
to wrap
loved
this
it.
up now. Where can we find you on social media?
Oh man, Facebook, I'm Boostaloo. Same on Instagram and Twitter. I'm the Boostaloo because someone in Britain thought that was a brilliant name. So
That's a funny name. Boostaloo.
yeah, it's my dad nicknamed me that when I was a kid. I know it sounds like steal a toilet, but that's not where it came from.
Like you're gonna boost a loo.
Yeah. And
Boostaloo sounds like what I do in a toilet.
Yeah, you sound the same way. It's my gamer tag. Find me on PSN the same
You know
way.
what? I like how you've embraced that then. Made it work out then.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's
Very
just
well
me. So yeah, that's me.
Nice.
Well, you can find us wherever you guys are listening. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, leave us a comment, like I said, if you can. But you can find us on Instagram at the Open Mic Podcast. Mike is spelled just like the name, M-I-K-E. Same on Facebook. Jason, what's that Twitter handle?
Open mic 5000.
You stuttered a little bit. That's why I have you do the Twitter, because I always fuck up the Twitter. That's why I always have you do it. No, but this was fun. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys, all two of you, for listening. And we'll see you next time.